And now this is where the fuse is, the main fuse of the bike. You just have to hold this and remove, and this is where the fuse is. So this is the main fuse. Hi, it's been a while that I did any rides, and it's been a few months since I actually started my bike. So I thought I'll go for a short spin somewhere around my estate, and I turned on the ignition on the bike to find that there was nothing happening. That means the screen was blank. The first thing which came to my mind was the battery, and I thought I'll get the battery charged at the battery station somewhere nearby in town. Once I removed the battery, I found that there was water accumulated right below the battery. That is where the main fuse is. That's when I realized that I'm in some trouble, that I'm going to be in trouble. So I drained the water out. Unfortunately, I could not make the video, but I drained the water out, took the battery out for charging, got the battery back, fixed it on the bike, and found that it flickered and then nothing happened. I mean, the screen flickered, then nothing happened. So that's when I thought that I'll make this video, because I get a few calls, or there are people in some groups who ask the others like what to do in this kind of situation. Most of the people don't know where the main fuse is, or it is difficult to find where the main fuse is. So I thought I'll take this opportunity and show you where the main fuse is and what are the troubleshooting steps which can be done. I checked the fuse. The fuse was fine, but the bike was still not starting. So that is when I thought that it could be the main coil, which has gone for a toss. Luckily, I had procured a coil for one of my rides, so I'm going to try and fix that coil on the bike and see if that would solve the problem. And by the way, this is coffee. See you later. So these are the two terminals of the battery. The red is the plus and the black is the minus. Now we remove the battery. I've already removed it earlier, so I'm just showing it to you. After the battery is removed, you can see these connections under the battery. Actually, in my case, what happened was the water had clogged to this level. When this whole unit was submerged, and if you can see closely, there is a hole there, which that hole there is the drain hole. So that hole was blocked, and that is the reason that this whole area was submerged. So you need to actually check on the drain hole every now and then, or maybe in the monsoon, or after you have been for an off-road ride where water is involved. So the next part will be removing this. To remove this part, you will just have to press this switch and pull it out, so it comes out. The next part is to remove this part. Just have to pull it up and it should come out. So you got this out. Now you need to disconnect this part, that part. So here you just pull up this clip and yes, so this part comes out, and now this is where the fuse is, the main fuse of the bike. You just have to hold this and remove, and this is where the fuse is. So this is the main fuse. My fuse had rusted, so I have changed the fuse. Now it seems that this main coil, or this part of mine, has, you can see the rust all over there. In my case, I think that this main coil, I think they call this the main coil, has malfunctioned, or maybe this is the culprit. The bike is not turning on yet. So luckily I have another coil which I had procured for one of my rides. Maybe if I change this, the bike should turn on. So let me try that. So to remove that, you will have to remove these two bolts here, and let's see what happens. So this is the old one and this is the new one. Here there is a simple method. The one which is protruding out is the positive. The one which is a little below the surface is the negative. I think this is the same with all the coils. This is the old one. This is the new one. And there's something called a B and a M there. I don't know what that stands for. So whichever is under the M is the negative, and whichever is under the B is the positive. Now I have this fixed back. So I used some WD-40 to clean these terminals. Now everything is back in place. So let me fix the battery and see if it works. Hopefully it should. I'm just trying to connect the battery as a temporary connection, just to see if everything works. The negative is connected right there, and let's see what happens. Oh yeah, it's working. So that's how you do your own troubleshooting. Now I have connected all the wires. Let us see what happens. Yeah, I see that the pump is on, and yes, So next time, do make sure that you drain the drain hole. You can use a small stick or something to drain it. This is the drain hole. And by the way, this engine light will come on sometimes after the battery is changed. I don't know if it comes up every time the battery is changed. That should go off after maybe a couple of kilometers.